Hi guys, we are going to talk about the holidays and relationships, whether you're single, dating, or you're married. And I thought we would just take a few minutes to go through some steps, or what are some things to do, or what comes up, I guess I should say, when it's the holidays. So when you're single, when you're dating, or when you're married, the first thing I would say is, under all three umbrellas, is to let go of any expectations of how things are supposed to be and accept them for how they are right now. And the reason why I say that is sometimes with expectations, we end up building resentment or contempt, which can be detrimental, whether you're in a dating or a marital relationship, or if we have expectations when we're single, we end up feeling like sad or depressed. So I think letting go of expectations and accepting how things are is really just a way to say, like, I'm going to find joy in how things are now, or I need to accept how things are and still find things that bring a smile to my face, or just appreciating the present moment. So that's what I mean by letting go of expectations and just kind of appreciating the moment where you're at right now. So if you're single and it's the holidays, like I said, we don't want to sit in a place of feeling sad or just, punctuating how we might feel lonely. It's okay to acknowledge those feelings, but also, acknowledge them and then move forward. Don't sit in it or let them stay stuck. So what I want you to do is, if you're single and it's the holidays, try something new. Do something that brings joy into your life. Find ways to celebrate the holidays that make you smile, or that, kind of help you. Sometimes you need to survive the holidays, that just help you kind of survive the holidays. Just try to focus on not staying stuck in the grief or the sadness of, feeling lonely. It's okay, like I said, it's okay to acknowledge that you might be feeling those things or that way, and honor and accept those feelings, and then, as a way you kind of shift, focus on right here, right now, what brings joy in my life, what are positive distractions, what are things that you do that really, that make you feel good, whether that's exercise or running or maybe cooking, your favorite holiday dish, just those things that help you distract from some of those more negative feelings that you might be feeling. So it's a way that you can honor. It's the both and. Acknowledge that you might be feeling lonely or sad, and also doing something positive that helps you bring joy into your life. The other thing I would say, whether you're single or dating, is don't compromise who you are because you might be feeling sad or lonely. Sometimes we kind of compromise, or we do things that we normally wouldn't do because we're trying to, in a way, distract ourselves from those sad feelings or that loneliness, and then we end up feeling worse. So again, that's why I'm saying acknowledge and acknowledge those feelings, and then switch it into what can I do in this moment that makes me feel joy. All right, dating. If you're dating, it's important to set healthy boundaries. Again, what I just said. Don't compromise part of who you are just because you want to be on a date, or you want to do something because it's the holidays. That's that expectation thing too. Find ways to celebrate where you're at in the relationship. Maybe you've only been dating for a couple months, or maybe you've been dating for 2 years. So finding things that you guys like to do together, and setting healthy boundaries of, if we've only been dating for a couple months, maybe we're not meeting the family yet, or doing all the holiday traditions again. But if you've been dating for a couple months and you guys are really, in the thick of it, of really enjoying being together, then maybe create a holiday tradition that you guys can celebrate together. If you've been dating for 2 years or 1 year, or if you're ready to meet the family, it's, kind of talking to one another about how you're going to set that up, and finding compromise and what's important to both of you when it comes to meeting family, and what's important about the holidays. It's you talk about the meaning of the holidays for both of you, and that helps create understanding. All right, and then jumping into marriage. If you've been married, whether it's you've been married for 6 months, 1 year, or 25 years, it's how do you create and honor your holiday traditions? Again, it is talking about what's the meaning of the holidays for you, and you can even talk about that if you've been married for a long time. Sometimes it's good to just refresh and remember the things that are important to your partner, or what each holiday tradition might mean to your partner. Finding joy, slowing things down, and appreciating one another for where you're at right now. If you have kids, it's the same. Like, it's important to slow down for the kids. With the holidays, as I've said in my other videos, we get really, really, really busy, and we get so caught up in who's getting what gift that we don't slow down and just appreciate the moment. And just like I was telling the singles, it's, we got to slow down, we got to have positive distractions, we got to find ways to celebrate joy, and we can do that at any stage, whether it's single, dating, or being married. And in finding joy together and slowing down, whether it's just, the two of you, or you do have kids together, it's what are the things that are important to our family, and how do we participate in those things? And your kids will appreciate the slowdown, and your marital relationship will appreciate the slowdown as well. And the one last thing about compromise, or about marriage, is compromise. And this is a big one that I could probably do a whole nother video about, and I will. But with the holidays, we have to talk about compromise, and if we're gonna go visit family, whose house are we going to and when? And remember, when we sit down to talk about compromise, if things get heated, it's okay to take a break. Talk about, what your ideal is, and see where you're both similar and where you're different. And, and then see where you're willing to kind of give a little and get a little. And that's the important thing about compromise, is not one person is going to be 100% happy, because you're both giving something and you're both getting something. So, that's just a really brief description of relationships and the holidays and where you're at. I hope that you found these tips to be helpful. Please comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get weekly updates all about relationships.